Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. And today I thought, why not show all my FNAF? Why not show my FNAF custom figures? I have a few more custom figures, but the majority of them are FNAF. I only have like 4 other ones besides these. So without further ado, let's go. So I was originally gonna go by order of when I made them, but some updated along the future. You know, like my first one is now one of my most recent ones, technically, since I updated it. And so I'm just gonna go by game order, just to, you know, I don't know. So this was actually my newest one, and no was on my first one, and it was kind of an example. I'll talk about it a little bit. So this one I just made recently, Unwithered Bonnie. So the thing about Unwithered Bonnie is I basically just got a tie-dye Bonnie. I think you can still see it on his feet. Yeah, some of them I paint their feet, some of them no. So I got clay buttons. I did this one to match my Withered Bonnie. I'll show later. My dad helped me cut the cheeks off with the saw. And then, that's about it. I just painted the rest. I made that. I got the 2 blue apple barrel paint. And then I guess she made it a little bit darker since it was on purple, which worked out in my favor. And then a custom made paint with, again, apple barrel. But I mixed up some blues and purples. And I made this. And I really do enjoy the outcome. I'm eventually going to give him whiskers. And I tried giving him buck teeth, but it did not go well. I was going to give him mouth articulation so it could open and close, but that's too much. So this is Unwithered Bonnie, putting him in the FNAF 2. Actually, I'm going to move this because this takes up way too much space. So here, Unwithered Bonnie. Now, next up, Withered Bonnie, which I made last year. I got a tie-dye Bonnie, and I got a bunch of spring trap parts, and just tie-dye spring trap to be specific, and painted them. As you see, you can kind of see the remnant of that. This one I didn't cut the cheeks off. That one this one I didn't know. I just didn't. This one I didn't really have a choice because Unwithered Bonnie, I didn't want to make it look too similar to classic Bonnie, so I just, you know, made it as different. All the things that are unique to Unwithered Bonnie. And I even glued the ears, like I ripped them off and glued them so they look a little bit more spaced out, and do enjoy that custom a lot. It's actually one of my favorite customs I made. Next up in FNAF 2, the final FNAF 2 figure, it would be the marionette, the puppet I made out of pipe cleaners. Pretty posable. The 3 fingers and everything, it's a pipe cleaner. I just glued clay buttons here. Glued, and then I painted the face that's made out of clay. That's pretty much it. We got the marionette. So I guess for now I'll just put the marionette in the right here. Not really. Maybe in the corner for now. And then starting off FNAF 3, let's see, my first FNAF 3 custom. I have a bunch of FNAF 3 customs. So I got another glitch trap at Ross, and then I made a mixed up red and black to make this color, and yeah, I cut off one of the ears, and then it's basically supposed to be a spring-locked spring Bonnie, William Afton, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, this arm does not like to stay, but I like the bloody fingers I gave him. You know, the blood everywhere, you know, just oozing out the suit. I didn't really know where to put the blood, so that's why it's in some awkward places. But yeah, I was originally going to give him the spring-locked feet from Springtrap, but I changed my mind. And yeah, I really do like how it turned out. Not a bad, you know, figure. You know, I think my customs are pretty good, you know, for the most part. And then FNAF 3, I got 4 more from FNAF 3. Holy, I got a lot. Phantom Freddy, another recent one I made. That one was not recent, but this is a recent one. So there's a bunch of holes drilled into a tie-dye Freddy. As you can see, there's a bunch of holes drilled into him to give him that withered effect. So basically I got green paint, and then I made a lighter green for the stomach. And then basically I just added burn marks, and I just got a black, and I just faded it out to give it burns. Like, not the burn marks, but like, I guess just dirt look to it. I ripped off one of the ears, and think it came out alright. I think I could have done it a little bit better. But the buttons, you know, help it a lot. Look like Phantom Freddy. And I do like this figure a lot, I would say. I don't know how to feel about this one. If it's my favorite or not my favorite. I would say it's in between there. Maybe a little bit higher because I do like it. I like the green. I like Phantom Freddy. But yeah, I think I did okay. You know, pretty good. Not too, like I just did pretty good. You know, it's nothing too special. I don't know. It's just a pretty different custom in my collection. Now, I might as well. I have the main 4 Phantoms. So I know there's 6 Phantoms, but I also made a custom Phantom. I think you can guess who it is. Which is Phantom Bonnie. He's not a real Phantom. I made Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, which I'll show in a little bit. Planning on doing Marionette and Balloon Boy and Mangle later on. Anyways, I do like this one slightly more than the Freddy. So basically, I mixed up his FNAF 1 design and I mixed up his Wither design. I didn't know which one to go for. So as you see, his thighs are going to be the classic Bonnie. Basically, left foot classic Bonnie, right foot supposed to be withered. His body's supposed to be classic Bonnie. This arm piece right here is classic, the Endo 01 to show it's still classic Bonnie. But the withering from the withered Bonnie. And he has the missing arm from withered Bonnie. And I do have extra heads. I just chose my decision. Let me show you guys. I have a couple extra heads that I could have used for this guy. Hold on. I'm going to my customs over here, guys. And look, I have 3 other heads. So, yes, I chose to not give Phantom Bonnie a head because I just thought it looked a lot cooler. And come on, you can't lie. It looks really cool. And I liked how I added the Lego chain here. I don't know. I made it fiery. It was a fiery chain. It's supposed to be a fiery chain because, you know, they got set on fire. I think this is my favorite, one of my favorite Phantoms. And, I don't know. I just like how he's headless, too. Just very nice. You know, yeah. And then, you know, obviously, here's Chica. The chicken. I was about to say kitchen. The Let's Eat isn't that visible, but it's okay. I tried. I don't know if I was gonna do yellow or lime green, so I kind of did it in between. Do like how it came out a lot. I like how the Shadow Cupcake came out, and also fun little new thing I was trying out. So Phantom Chica has this magnet on her hand, and I also put one at the bottom of the plate of Shadow Mr. Cupcake, so that way it could fully spin, and it could stay. You know what I mean? And it could just be removable and it could stay. So I thought it was a pretty unique thing to do. Shadow Cupcake. Let's see if it could focus. Yeah. It looks a lot better in person. It's just the camera's kind of not cooking that much today. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that's just Phantom Chica. I like the orange on the legs. Let me try to show you that. The orange is a little less brighter on camera. Hold on. Alright, I turned off the lights just to make it look a lot better. Then it's kind of hard to see, but it's okay. Here, just painted the eyes pitch black on those guys because it's kind of hard to do the phantom eye thing. And, yeah, so do like how it came out. And, this might be one of my favorite phantoms that I've created. But, yeah, it's just, move on. So I'll just put Phantom Chica, I guess, right here. Or I want to put it with the FNAF 3s. So I'll put Phantom Chica just, I guess right there. And the final FNAF 3 character, which is my most recent, is because I keep doing a lot of them, but my most recent is Phantom Foxy. Oh, I love this one a lot. So, here's the Phantom Foxy. And no, I don't like doing the Help Wanted design. I want to do FNAF 3 design. So, I don't have an endo ear and I can't cut the torso in half. But besides that, I portrayed it pretty well since it has the missing arm. The pure black eye, I love how that came out. The burn marks and everything. The legs are unpainted. But I would say call it a complete figure because I do like how it looks. And I'm planning to keep it this way for now. Where do I even go? So, yeah, I cut off Lego. Well, my mom helped me cut off the Lego pieces here. And then, some other 2 small ones that glue to the extra endo feet from the endo series. And then I just got a Lego piece and shoved it in between, so that way the knee can bend and the foot could rotate too. So pretty cool. It's slightly taller than the Funko figures. I mean, it's okay. And yeah, I do really like that shade of red I made right there. I made this using red and white. It's like a pinkish color. I also did it for the inside of the ear. Didn't want to mess up the muzzles because I want to kind of keep that classic Foxy head, because I had a spare, because I did a trade a long time ago. Yeah, I do really like how Phantom Foxy came out. Happy I kept them red to keep it accurate, and yeah. So now moving on to FNAF 4. Oof, where do I begin? I got quite a couple of them. Let's start with you. Fredbear. So this was actually my first custom. It was originally Golden Freddy, but then I got the actual Golden Freddy and I turned it into Fredbear, specifically the FNAF 3 one, and then I turned it into FNAF 4's Fredbear. And then they didn't have this huge mouth. I actually added this recently. It was a big Lego joint to make it look like a big, like, I don't know, hinge, I don't know. But, so that way you can chomp down. And before you guys ask me, I think the actual Fredbear design is, unwithered Golden Freddy, but with the purple hat and bow tie. I think this one's pretty good. Do like the colors on this one a lot. The eyes, I had to do white then a black in the center, and I did not do it that good. But it makes them look soulless, creepy. It's a horror franchise. I like the buttons I added. I had those also when I added that jaw. So, very nice. Fredbear. And speaking of that, another one I updated was my second custom, Spring Bonnie. And also gave him buttons. That's about the only difference I did. And, I don't know, for my first Spring Bonnie custom, it was alright, pretty good, for Spring Bonnie. And I mean, I do have the Titan 13 one now, and I'm planning on making it more accurate Spring Bonnie custom later on. Yes, I know, guys, that's what the figure used to look like before, but then I upgraded it, so it's fine. Anyways, moving on down the line. But also in FNAF 4, there is in the back room those like heads, and one of them looked like Toy Bonnie, and I think you know where I'm going with this. I love this figure so much. The scan lines kind of remind you of that minigame type texture thing. And then he has different thighs, which I would have kept the original ones, but I didn't. I only had one of them, so it'd look off. And I had these two, and thank God, because now they make it look more like its own thing. I think I did the eyes. Very nice. The eyelids. Nice. The mouth and the buck teeth and everything. I really like it. This just extra version of Spring Bonnie from the back room. Very nice. And not too much to say about it. Just very rough because I had some clay in some spots because I was trying to cover up the scan lines. But then I just decided to keep them because it looked like the minigame. And yeah, pretty proud of how that one came out. Now I have a couple more FNAF 4 customs. So I guess just going into the 2 that I already talked about recently. This is what I have completed of Nightmare. His withered feet, his mouth, stomach thing, and yes, I made him taller, bigger, his claws. Very proud of how this one came out. Now, another thing, talked about it last time. His body is fully completed, fully painted and everything, but his head, I just need to spray paint it. And yes, it has the eyes red and everything. It's kind of hard to see. And it's just, I need to drill a hole so I can make the hat magnetic. But I'm going to give him sharp teeth. Also, is another thing I'm missing. But everything below the upper part of his jaw is complete. But he looks kind of off. Here, just headless. So I'm just going to kind of snap. He's too big. I'm going to move him to the corner. Okay. So he doesn't look so incomplete. But when he's ready, he's going to be like the main custom. He's my favorite. Also, another one. On Nightmare, just for fun, here's his hand. here's his hand where he holds his glove, and then this is him showing his true hand. Because, you know, just I added a bunch. Here's a bunch of hands. I guess I'll go over them again. It's because I went over them in my last video. I don't even know. I'm making so many videos now. With the William Afton T13s. So anyways, let me just go over through all of Nightmare's things. And if you're wondering, yes, his body's everything complete. All these hands are complete. I just need a head for him, and I need to make a bow tie, which will be magnetic. So here are his Nightmarion inspired hands. Yes, I use magnets to use the pegs. That takes way too long. Anyway, so here's his one of his nice hands where it's like him holding the glove. Let's see. Here are his waving hands, and on the right one, he can hold the knife, or he can hold microphone. You know, it's unpainted. And he also has grabbing hands, which again, the right one could carry a microphone. And I also working on a Fredbear plushie that he can hold. So lots of great stuff there. Just moving on from the nightmares on Nightmare in general. But another Nightmare character I made. This one's really big. Nightmarion. Don't know where I'm gonna fit Nightmarion. Maybe right here. Surprise, that works, but okay. Now, after FNAF 4, we got FNAF World. Red Bear, the goat. Like the color I made for the stomach. I like the buttons. I like the missing ear. I like the black eyes. It's just Red Bear essence. It's just Red Bear, you know. Not too much to say about him. He's red. That's his whole thing. He's Red Bear. Red version of Shadow Freddy. So following after FNAF World would be Sister Location, and I only got Funtime Freddy and Funtime Foxy, Sister Location figures, but I do have a custom Dark Spring Trap. Very nice. And after that, I have 3 more FNAF custom figures. So for Pizza Sim, Molten Freddy. Very nice. And then I also have Rockstar Bonnie. And then for the final one, from the FNAF movie, I have Matthew Lillard, Spring Bonnie, the Yellow Rabbit, whatever you want to call him. Anyways, thanks for watching, and until next time. Before you ask, yes, I'm doing this on my blanket, guys. I'm way too, I'm not clearing out my display shelf again, so I guess you're gonna get the nice, clean red blanket. Also, I just got those 2 new posters. I just hung them up. Anyways, these are the work in progress ones, and that was kind of an old video. Right now it's February the 1st, 2026. So those are from a month, 2 months, I don't know. But I made one new custom that's complete, and a couple of did I show a Nightmare? I need to recheck that footage. But here are the work in progress ones, and I'll show the one that was finished I was talking about. So here's a prototype Spring Bonnie damage type thing. Obviously it's not done. Here's Blacklight Bonnie. Not done. He would have been done, but I used him for parts to build Nightmare and not have new parts, so I'm trying to repaint. The FNAF 3 just Bonnie for the background. Mangle, pre-Mangle, Toy Funtime Foxy, whatever you want to call her. Girl version of Foxy. I don't know. Whatever. Ned Bear. Yeah, I had to put on the spring. And then here are the 3D printed ones. The Mimic. Actually, tomorrow I get my 3D printer back, so very nice. Because they're going to fix it. And then here's Shadow Freddy. So, yeah, and I guess I could show you. Here. This figure needs its own treatment. Hold on. So, head, this is the shell of that, the radioactive Foxy. So, painted it green. You see how I glued it back. I made a clay button. I added the joints for the head. And then I added some for the ears. I was going to make a movable jaw, but it's going to look too big. Here's the movable arm. Another one. These arms are already connected by the Funko joint. The hand's able to move. And right now I'm not using the tripod, so that's why I have to hold it. The legs bend, and then the feet bend. Oh, yep, see, they come apart, obviously, hold on. Since I use Lego ball and socket joints. But thanks for watching, and until next time. But also, I just want to point out, I really like this figure. I might redo Scrap, I'm gonna do in the future, redo Scrap Trap, but better, with a 3D printer. This one's pretty nice, you know. I'm trying to remember I sprayed it with the matte spray already. Pretty sure, because I don't usually put unfinished customs in my display shelf. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one was sprayed with the matte spray. Anyways, thanks for watching, and until next time.